Welcome to the Iowa Community College Athletic Conference Line Judge Training. Here are some tips for the line judge. Introduce yourself to the referee 30 minutes prior to the start of each match. The referee only wants to go over the line judge duties once. So if you have a couple of officials coming up to work your match as a line judge, come up together at the same time. The meeting will be held at or around the bench area. The two officials will be standing in front of the bench waiting for you to come over and introduce yourself. The line judge positionings will be standing on the right side of the first referee and the second referee during the national anthem and the team introductions. Line judges after the team introductions will move to their assigned area with the flag. Those line judges' positions will be on the right-hand corner of the two referees during the entire match. Line judges will focus on the in-line and the respective sidelines during the entire play. One should hold the flag firmly throughout the entire match. Keep them twisting and twirling the flag as you stand in the corner. Remember, it's not your property, so hang on to it securely. What you should not do during the match or even between sets, never use your cell phone. Keep your cell phone in your pocket so that it's not being noticed that you're visiting during that time. You're an official now, and you're expected to be part of the team of officials. Line judges are not responsible for retrieving the ball during the play. Someone else will find the ball and bring it back. But at the end of the match, that's when you go get the ball and bring it back to the scorer's table. Here are some things you need to do. Be attentive and maintain a good body position. In other words, don't slope or shuffle your feet and so forth. Mentally be ready for the first set as well as the last set of the match. Moving from the established corner position is very much encouraged. One standing in one position constantly, your legs will get tired. So make some movement as you stand in that corner. Once again, remember during the timeouts, line judges will stand on the sideline near the first referee at the intersection of the attack line. This allows the referee to give words of encouragement to you or maybe refresh some emphasis points that were mentioned at the pre-meeting. Remember to watch the line, not the ball. By watching the ball, your eyes will not have enough time to correct the focus on the line. So put your eyes down on the line first and let the ball come in contact with it. Remember, when the line is touched by the ball, it is an in signal. Ball contacting the floor outside the court and hasn't been touched by a player on that side of the court, it'll be an out signal. So as the ball goes over the antenna into the other court and so forth, just focus on, was it touched by a player as it went out, or did it not touch anybody and it went out on its own? If it's out with no touching, your signal will raise your flag, it'll be an out call. Balls land on the line. That's the correct signal for an in signal. If the ball lands inside the boundaries, the correct signal is also in. So you can move to see the line very clearly. You may have to adjust a couple steps up or back to see if the ball was landing in or on the line. But your signal is pointing the flag down very quickly and holding it until the referee up on the stand sees you. If you have a question about it, sell the call, hold the flag down, and the referee will find you and go from there. Now remember, the referee can overrule line judge signals, but we do want to have your signal first. During the match play, many times the officials are standing in the corner where they're supposed to be, but the action of the play comes right towards you. Don't turn your back, don't run away from them, just backpedal a few steps and then keep your eyes on the ball and the player's action. The ball is considered out if the ball crosses directly over the antenna. Antenna fault means the ball has crossed over the top of the antenna. Remember, the ball has to go inside the two antennas to be legal. So if it goes over the top of it or on the outside of the antenna, it will be signaled with a flag going straight up in the air. It's called out. Another type of antenna call is the ball contacts any part of the antenna itself at any time. The ball will then be considered out. If the ball comes in contact with the left side, in other words, on the outside of the webbing of that antenna, it also will be called out. Touching any part of the antenna is out. Point and wave the flag vigorously. Your referee is wanting to make sure you have the call because you have the best angle to see if it went over the top of the antenna or outside the antenna. So once again, sell the call, vigorously wave the flag, and point toward that antenna. Servers must initiate their serve behind the end line without touching the end line. If the server should step on the line at the moment he or she contacts the ball during the serve, it's illegal. You will point to the line and wave the flag vigorously. Remember, you're watching the feet. If it's on the line and they make contact with it, that's a footfall. When a server moves within 4 to 5 feet of the left side of your preparation to serve, where you'll be standing, move back a couple of steps, maybe a couple meters would be great. Once the legal contact is made, move quickly to the corner, keeping your view on the sideline. You're watching to see if the ball was outside the line, on the line, or if it landed in the court. Players can use a jump serve, which is a common legal serve. The point here will be, was the contact with the ball behind the line as they jump? If it was, it's a good serve. That'll be a no call by the line judge. Or was the service action started behind the end line, but then they jump forward, completing any contact with the ball before their feet land inside the court lines? Again, that's a good serve. Once again, your eyes are on the end line and you're watching the location of the player's foot on the line as contact with the ball is made. If the line wasn't touched, it will be a legal serve. Ball touching any part of the player's body then goes out of bounds on the receiving side. It's a touch call. So you're watching the player on the other side of the net. If someone touches the ball and it glances and goes out of bounds, that will be a touch call. The same thing will happen on your end of the court. Hold the flag right underneath your chin, perpendicular to the floor, and hold it firmly. Make eye contact with the referee because that individual is looking to see if you had the same call as the referee might have had. Line judges should also help the first referee with touches off a block at the net's top edge. So if a ball goes off the two players that are receiving the ball and it goes out of bounds, it would be a touch call. Hold that touch signal for a good length of time, only if it goes out of bounds. If the ball stays in bounds and continues play, it's a no call. Don't raise your flag at all. Once again, let's review the signals. If no one touches the ball and it goes out of bounds, it'll be an out call. If someone should touch the ball as it goes out of bounds, it will then be a touch call. So you have to decide, was it touched or was it not touched as it went out of bounds? Only worry about going out of bounds with that call. What would happen if your vision was blocked by a player and you didn't see if it hit the floor or if you knew if it was in bounds or out of bounds? The correct signal is to cross your arms across on your chest and look at the referee. That tells the referee you did not see what happened there. Another out signal can be given when the ball goes out of bounds on the same side as the hitter. You will signal touch when the ball is being touched as it goes out of bounds on the opposite side of the hitter. Again, put that flag underneath your chin, hold it top with your perpendicular to the floor, and look at the referee. If a ball is touched and then lands on the lines or inside the court boundaries, either side of the net, it's always going to be an in signal. Put the flag down vigorously, hold it until you have eye contact with the referee. So in other words, if it's touched the floor inside the boundaries, it's an in call. It can be on either side of the net. If you see it, put your flag down. At the end of the match, you'll retrieve the ball and put your flags up on the scorer's table. Don't run off without giving the chance for the referee to meet up with you. They're always looking for good line judges, and they like to compliment good line judges. So stick around, don't take off. This concludes the training for the ICCA volleyball line judges. I want to say thank you for your attention. Please be advised the test questions that will be found on the ICCAC.org, and when you click on women volleyball. The passing test score should be 80% out of the 20 questions that will be listed for you. Once again, I want to thank you for the opportunity to learn and become skilled as a line judge for the ICCAC.